Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. Willy Chavarria is a celebrated American designer known for his distinctive blend of high fashion and cultural awareness, particularly within the context of Latinx and Chicano communities. His work reflects his deep connection to his heritage and often brings a sense of social consciousness to the fashion industry. Through his career, lifestyle, and family, Chavarria has cemented his place as a trailblazer in contemporary fashion, blending his artistic vision with a strong sense of cultural pride. Willy Chavarria was born and raised in the United States, in the small town of California's Central Valley, where he was immersed in the rich traditions of Mexican-American culture. This background would go on to shape his outlook on the world and heavily influence his creative endeavors. While details of his early years remain relatively private, it is clear that Chavarria's formative experiences played a major role in defining both his aesthetic and his worldview. Growing up as a member of the Latinx community, he developed a unique sensitivity to the issues of identity, representation, and the complexities of cultural assimilation. The American fashion industry, traditionally dominated by European ideals and standards, can often feel alienating to those from marginalized communities. For Chavarria, the desire to create something that spoke to his personal experiences as well as those of other marginalized groups was an essential driving force. As a young man, he was determined to break into the industry, not just as a designer, but as someone who could give voice to his people and reshape perceptions of who could succeed in fashion. Before making a name for himself as a designer, Willy Chavarria honed his skills in the world of fashion as a designer at various renowned companies. He worked for major fashion houses and learned about tailoring, manufacturing, and garment construction. These early experiences would prove crucial, as they gave him a strong technical foundation upon which to build his own brand. His journey as an independent designer began in earnest when he launched his eponymous label, Willy Chavarria. His collections, often described as bold and unapologetic, marry classic menswear elements with contemporary sensibilities. However, what sets his work apart is how it embraces the richness of Chicano and Mexican culture, blending it seamlessly into the modern high-fashion world. Chavarria's designs feature oversized silhouettes, androgynous shapes, and references to workwear, all of which convey a sense of rebellion against traditional norms of masculinity and conformity. There is often a sense of looseness or fluidity in his collections, pushing the boundaries of what it means to be masculine or fashionable. Many of his designs feature elements such as reworked suits, oversized coats, and tailored streetwear that bring new meanings to traditional clothing. This combination of the traditional and the experimental made his pieces stand out, not just as clothing, but as statements of individuality and resistance. The social consciousness woven throughout his collections addresses issues that resonate deeply with Latinx and immigrant communities, such as systemic discrimination, cultural appropriation, and the struggles faced by those living in the United States as part of marginalized communities. His work often includes visual references to iconic imagery from Chicano culture, as well as bold statements about identity, power, and belonging. One of the key moments in Willy Chavarria's career was his breakthrough at New York Fashion Week. His first runway shows were met with critical acclaim for their bold and innovative approach to menswear. His shows quickly became a platform for social commentary, using fashion to speak out on issues such as racism, immigration, and the underrepresentation of people of color in the fashion industry. The brand quickly gained a loyal following, and Chavarria began attracting attention from both the fashion press and celebrities. His unique perspective, both as a designer and as a member of a historically underrepresented community, struck a chord with many who were looking for something fresh in the world of high fashion. The designer's ability to fuse personal experience with a broader cultural and social narrative made his work both compelling and timely. A large part of his success can also be attributed to his commitment to inclusivity. He has consistently championed diversity in his collections, choosing to cast models from a wide range of ethnic backgrounds and body types. This approach was in stark contrast to many mainstream fashion brands, which often favored a more homogeneous representation of beauty. Willy Chavarria's commitment to inclusivity and cultural representation further solidified his position as a forward-thinking designer. Willy Chavarria's design philosophy is centered around the idea of resistance, not just in terms of fashion, but also in terms of social consciousness. His pieces often feature slogans, graphic elements, and subtle political undertones that convey a message of solidarity and activism. Chavarria does not just create clothing for the sake of aesthetic. Each piece tells a story and aims to provoke thought, reflection, and discussion. For Chavarria, fashion is not just about garments, it is about what those garments communicate. His focus on identity, representation, and social justice are central to his designs. His collections frequently explore themes of labor, immigrant experience, and the challenges faced by marginalized communities. Chavarria's commitment to his roots and his desire to uplift his culture while pushing against societal norms are reflected in every piece he creates. Chavarria is also known for his innovative use of materials and textures. His work often incorporates elements of luxury while remaining deeply rooted in the everyday experience of his community. His collections combine fine fabrics with more humble materials such as denim and canvas, which often feature throughout his designs as a tribute to working-class culture. Through his use of clothing and materials, Chavarria redefines what it means to be fashionable while highlighting the importance of individual and collective identity. Willy Chavarria's family plays a significant role in shaping his personal and professional identity. Like many creative individuals, Chavarria's relationships with family members, particularly his parents, influenced his approach to life and work. Chavarria has mentioned in interviews how his family instilled in him a deep sense of pride for his heritage and culture. While his family has largely remained out of the public eye, it's clear that their support has been vital in shaping his vision as both a designer and a person. Chavarria's family life and personal experiences, particularly as a Latinx individual in the United States, serve as the wellspring from which much of his design inspiration flows. His work is a testament to the strength of his community and his roots, and his designs offer a tribute to those who have shaped him. Willy Chavarria's lifestyle is one that is both carefully curated and deeply authentic. As a successful designer in the fast-paced world of fashion, he balances the demands of his career with a commitment to his family and cultural heritage. His lifestyle, much like his work, reflects his values of social justice, cultural pride, and inclusivity. Chavarria is known for his thoughtful approach to how he presents himself and his work to the public. He often attends high-profile fashion events and maintains a strong presence on social media, where he uses his platform to advocate for causes close to his heart. However, despite his success and visibility, Chavarria remains deeply connected to his roots and is determined to give back to the community that helped shape him. One of the key aspects of Chavarria's lifestyle is his commitment to mentorship and uplifting other underrepresented voices within the fashion industry. He regularly speaks about the importance of inclusivity and the need for more representation of Latinx and immigrant communities within the design world. Through his lifestyle, he seeks to be a positive force for change, not just within the fashion industry, but in society as a whole. Willy Chavarria's impact on the fashion industry goes far beyond just his collections. His work challenges the traditional norms of the fashion world, particularly in terms of representation and cultural sensitivity. He has established himself as a pioneer, creating a space for marginalized communities to be seen and heard in the world of high fashion. His brand is not just about clothes. It's about creating a narrative that challenges the status quo and offers a fresh perspective on identity, culture, and masculinity. As his career progresses, Chavarria's influence continues to grow. He is a designer whose work resonates deeply with those who feel underrepresented, and his commitment to using fashion as a means of storytelling ensures that his legacy will be one of both artistic and social significance.